Dolor, mea culpa. Maxima culpa. Nevermore. Cash. Dolor. Maxima culpa. Nevermore. Cash. Dolor. Mea culpa. Maxima culpa. Nevermore. Cash. Dolor. Mea culpa. Maxima culpa. Nevermore. Cash.
You shall come to know.
Virgil, wait! Ah! Virgil! Are you there?
Answer, you need not fear. Like the black of eternal death, I am here.
For the love of God! Publius Virgilius Manos, stop speaking in riddles!
Answer, take me at the jury. I speak not with riddles, but poetry.
Virgil, what is this sorcery? I can't see a thing! Virgil!
Agnes Baselli, not present.
Excuse me, it's Pacelli, not Pacelli.
Beg pardon. You are?
Nicola Bayosis, but you must already know that.
Ah, yes, Miss Bayosis. You'd be happy to know I've had a peek for disciplinary. Korigashi, here I am. Hey, you.
Me?
Yeah, you. You have some cash in you right now?
I still have 2 silver drachmas left in the apartment visit. You can have them if you want.
What the hell is a drachma?
It's a currency.
That's good one. Raven Lenoir, will
You marry me? Oh, this is also sudden, but if you insist.
very funny, Miss Rumpus. But I must insist that you keep your attitude in check. Or the only thing you'll be saying I do to will be your death. Great job, genius.
No, I asked for research.
Bernie Sargento. Sargento in the room!
Right here, I'm present.
Here at Mother Cruelidad's boarding school, excellence is demanded. Not expected, demanded. Pay attention, ladies.
Did someone say hey?
Settle down, girls. Let's run down our schedule for the morning. 7 to 7:30, homeroom reminders. 8 to 9 a.m. Sorry, 9 to 10, Hellbology 101. 10 to 11, Christian dying. 11 to 12, how to get away with murder. And of course, a 1 hour break for lunch. Now to the new students, it would be wise to remember that the rules of this school are strict, and that failure to obey will result in humiliation, torture, and I choked myself up. But hey, what could be worse? You're already in hell after all.
What?
What? Not these specs. I was talking to Doom and Gloom over there.
Hey, Raven! Did you study for the test today, or were you just planning to wing it? Because you're a Raven. Oh my God! Holy Mary, my rosary! I think I misplaced it.
Why do you even bother with that superstitious trash? Praying on a street of names will actually be serious.
Public service announcement to all those who still owe me 20 pence from yesterday. I'm charging you an additional dime if you don't pay me back my lunch. Class dismissed. I will see you all later for poetry reading in Darkwood.
Hey, what are you doing there for, right? Homework. We have homework?
Yeah, the college is.
Good. There's still a month left before that's due.
I know, I graduated this now.
Come on. Due gonna do the day after, right?
No, thank you.
Alright. Hey, Rina. Taking a break from the whole school. Live a little. Well, I'm gonna go check Nicola and Athens are making out there. You're welcome to come join if you're better company with you guys.
Listen to your knees. You don't need anyone. You don't need the hassle that comes with dealing with new people, or smiles, keeping up conversations. You don't know that. She has no idea. But you do. Just remember what you're chasing for, Bernice, and you'll get there. You'll finally get there. Finally get the euphoria you've been hunting down since before you stepped foot in this hellhole. The ecstasy of being recognized as the best. The reason you're here in the first place. Doubt yourself, Bernice? Remember the last time you did? Remember when you poured every ounce of your being into this? Every second down the notes, every heartbeat pumped with effort, and some man that should come up empty-handed? Remember when you loathed yourself for putting through all of that and still coming up second to her? Celebrating is a situation. I don't tell you. Keep doing out. Blaming yourself, hurting yourself, emptying yourself. You know better than that, Bernice. You know it wasn't your fault. How could it have been when you were giving everything you had to give? No, it wasn't you. It was her. The one that effortlessly sold everything you had ever wanted. The one that did so much going to the sacrifice you did in the process. The one whose very existence seemed to mock your broken record of life. The one that had to be dealt with. Coming from behind. The one who scream filled the empty science lab you've been working late in. The one who crumbles to the floor with a couple easy toes. The one who stays the school's white floorette with crimson checks forming between caps and the ties. The one who went limp under your emotionless gaze. The one who stood in your way. You know what you have to do, Bernice? Focus on what you want. Abandon yourself wholly to the cause. And never let anything, anyone, get in your way.
Virgil, these people don't seem violent at all to me. Are you certain we entered the correct circle?
The circles in there's many faces, no residing within spaces.
But, Virgil, one girl prayed the entirety of the break, and another seemed to only qualify as a violent irritation when her jokes. They hardly seemed like the dangerous and wrathful souls I had come to expect.
Within hell's gates, rivers course with blood and burn. Its illusions abundant. Soon to burn.
What do you mean by that?
Welcome back, ladies. Hold on to your pose and take a seat. Today we will be discussing the Lord of Dark Literature himself, Edgar Allan.
It's Alan, not Alan.
Oh, I absolutely love this man. His delightful, delectable way with words are enough to melt my poor, cold, dark heart, or make it grow larger with his immeasurable appreciation for the misery of mankind. But in order for me to have an idea of your appreciation, I'd first like to hear the comments. Who wants to go first? Not you. Not you. Congratulations. What's your name? time for our poem. Good treat us. Take center stage, darling. It's your time to shine. I wasn't asking, sweetie, now. If you insist. Never did.
Once, upon a midnight dream, as I wandered weak and weary through the hallowed halls so tainted by misery. By misery endured, while my breath slowed to a whisper, soon emerge not a movement, not a shiver, despite the chill. In sleeping, perhaps dreaming, was the figure on the floor. Only this. Slowly I approached to wake her, rather frightened in my caper. My heart pounded with the fervor of the spirit that it bore, although hesitantly nearing, logic blurring, vision clearing. With a grueling breath I lay my hand upon the crimson floor. And remember that the floor had never been crimson before, soaked in satin to the core. Now the figure, though grotesquely bent, emerged quite picturesquely, painting a tableau of silhouettes, a masterpiece of blood and gore. Past the hall streamed in the lunar light, no rushed and gushed in through the night, concocting a peculiar sight upon the crimson floor, a sight by the name. Now, in honesty, I must admit, the seconds turned to hours. Bit by bit, my mind devised a fantasy of death galore.
Has she been sliced or diced, turned inside out or midst? I'd give the world, no doubt, to find the artist. Tell me, I implore.
She died of head trauma, loss of too much blood over the floor. At least that's what I heard before.
Silence. It was in the silence where I found that proving innocence is futile. For my bloody conscience damned me in this labyrinth of gargoyles, where this cycle never ends. This curse of violence and beauty is the immaculate tandem. For underneath the midnight's glaring eye and nerve-disrupting core, in the depths of this red river, I had lost my way to shore. Apart from my man's masterpiece, still crimson on the floor. I was damned forevermore.
Bravissimo, stupendo, magnifique. Okay then, what's to go next? Would you look at that? We have a volunteer, and it's you.
Actually, miss, I have a different kind of movie. I have two long ones and a short one. Go on. Here it is.
Home, home, home.
I would pay for you to shut up right now. I would pay.
Wait, I have another one. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to your house. Knock, knock. Who's there? Chicken! Wait! Oh, hey, baby, hey.
kid traveled far and wide to get to the house of the wise talking man. There's something wrong with me, he said. I can't seem to laugh or smile no more. The owl said, take it easy, kid. The answer is simple. The king picked the new court jester last month. The name's Captain Giggles. I heard he's a real hoot. Get it? Go see him. I'll be sure to have you bursting your insides for sure. But upon hearing this, the kid wept and wailed like a baby. You see, Mr. Owl, I am Captain Giggles. The first time my mom took me out for ice cream, it was just a little left. She didn't say a single word. She wasn't exactly in the mood for talking. But Captain Giggles would have none of that. Before long, she had him laughing her butt over half one Sunday. Stop it, she said. I can't take it anymore. You can't take it? What about me? I feel like my guts are about to banana split. The three of us went home feeling as if everything was back to normal. More and more, I would call him Captain Giggles. It became a game for us, a routine, a mantra, you know. I would go up to her hospital bed and say, knock, knock. She would say, who's there? Captain Giggles. Captain Giggles who? Captain Giggles loves you. And she would say, and she would kiss me on my forehead. I love him too. And that was enough for me. But the more she faded away, the more I found myself getting angry at Will. Will was nothing compared to her favorite court jester. Mom wasn't happy with Will. Will wasn't good enough. Will wasn't funny enough. Will just wasn't. And for this, Will needed Will to sleep. Will needed to disappear so that Mom can survive. So every night, Will kept the razor right beside the nightstand, severing Will from Captain Giggles. Because she knew that when Mom could finally come home, Mom deserved nothing less than indulgence. But she couldn't do this without telling Mom first. So on her last night, she tiptoed up to her bed. Knock, knock, she said. Who's there? Mom finally replied. Will. Will who? Will he still love me tomorrow? It felt like hours before she finally replied. I love him too. And that was when I realized that this family was too small with three of us. Mom, Captain Giggles, and Will. Will who? Will wasn't, Will isn't, and Will couldn't. Will couldn't live any longer. So, Will didn't.
Sorry, forgot my checkbook.
Ano kasi ako, Lisa?
Baka I'm Japanese, you racist!
Wait! Say hi to Buddha for me! Virgil, I'm beginning to understand why some of these souls are here. They master violence, conceal it from view. Can you please move on to the next circle now?
There lay 3 rings of violence, and only 2 have we confronted since our fateful start. One sits yet untouched, the very last one, the final obstruction before we depart.
Lunchtime! My apple!
I forgot my money at home. Of course. Today had to be the deadline for the Honor Society tuition fee. What am I gonna do?
Unfortunate, I would lend you some of my money, but I gave all of it away during the collection at the mass a while ago. I really wish I could call.
Haven't got any on me now. Sorry, guys. That's alright.
Thank you.
Reese! Hey, sorry for intruding, but I hear you've gotten yourself into a rather sticky situation. Your little dilemma somehow say something very important. Today happens to be the deadliest deadline. And of course, the plot thickens. You're strapped for cash. Why don't you let me help you? How much do you need?
Well, Wait a minute. What am I thinking? I'm not going to borrow money from you, Cory.
Why not? You need my help? I'm already reaching out.
Why not? Come on, Cory, don't play innocent. Take a look at yourself. You're a con artist in the making. You feed off of helpless people and trick them into so-called deals where they actually think you want to help them. Please, you're not fooling anyone, and you're certainly not fooling me.
Ouch. That's kind of cool, isn't it? I'm just trying to help you out.
In all honesty, were you sincerely thinking of helping me out without receiving anything in return? I don't mean to offend, but you would have saved my sorry soul if there wasn't any interest. Aren't I right?
I cannot tell a lie, but it is true. I would never think of borrowing money from Cory. We're like the Apostle Matthew before he was called to become a follower of Christ. He was quite a shady businessman.
A classic example of a wolf in sheep's clothing. She may appear to be harmless, perhaps even friendly. There's always an ulterior motive lurking from her.
Alright, no need to be too harsh, people.
I'll be right here. Just in case any of you need a pick load. I'll even give a percentage off. Limited time offer only. Any takers? None? Alright. That's fine. That's cool. Not like anyone actually wants me around, huh? Aren't I a regular drifter? I should probably just load. Lucrative. They make it seem like I'm some mafia-time loan shark. They deny my service now, but that's okay. They'll all come crawling back to me when they need my help anyway. I'll give them an offer they can't refuse, right? Okay, but seriously, hear me out. I'm not the scheming, maniacal villain everyone puts me out to be. I'd like to think I'm the anti-hero, which is just another way of saying I'm just misunderstood. I know I'm not the cleanest player in the game, but I'm pretty sure there are worse things to do than charging a little bit of additional interest. I'm utterly offended when people call me selfish. Me? Selfish? Unreal! You can't let the money get into your head. If you're not too careful, you'd end up fueling the innate, insatiable greed for thirst and materialistic desires. It could get uncontrollable! But that isn't me. I've heard all of that before, and it's as old as a tenor in bill form. I would never stoop that low. Honestly, it isn't always about money. Money's just an added bonus. Putting it simply, I'm more into the motive. Common misconception is that I'm trying to stir up some trouble and milk for attention, but really, I couldn't care less about anyone unless they do business with me. Yeah. Think. When people fail to realize that there is artistry in deception, it's called con artist, isn't it? Con artist. And con artistry should be damn well respected because it takes a lot of skill. A skill that is exclusive only to a select. I vaguely remember those days back in the Shinjuku district when I was just a little girl sneaking into specialty shops and trading my mother's homemade onigiri for candy shipped from abroad. I I could sweet talk my way out of any situation before I even hit puberty. Really? It's funny how far charm and charisma can get you in the wonderful world of trained persons. People are so and naive. They practically believe anything you tell them. It's like they're begging me to raise them. Like they want to be on. And I may sound crazy, but that's what they're saying. Their innocence is their main life. And that's what beckons to me. The moment they fall into your trap. The spider web you so carefully created, they just fall in, entrapped. Isn't it amazing? Then, you got them. You lured them in. And now, what you have to do is take your chance. Doors wide open. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So you exploit that. You exploit the fact that they looked up to you, that they needed your help. There's nothing wrong with taking advantage, especially when they're asking. Besides, I think it's a bit crude to say that I'm swindling people out of their money. I mean, it's like commercialism, you know? It's a win-win situation. Except I design it in a way that I benefit just a teensy bit more than my client. So what if they don't know the full details of their transaction? What they won't know won't hurt them, right? So what if you make the most of it? And then grab him. Grab that chance. I mean, how many millionaires do you know that have achieved maximum wealth by investing into savings? I rest my case. Oh, hey, Raven, that's a nice pendant you got there.
Over your dead body.
Wait, Raven, I can definitely sweeten. Miss Gashi, I've had enough of your. Listen here, listen close.
Professor Torres will be fuming. Does it look like I care what that old book has to say? Let's go. Keep your voice up. What's going on, Nicola? Would you believe if I said I missed you?
What? No, something's bothering me.
What's wrong, Agnes? I hate this place. I hate everything it stands for and everything it believes in. What do you mean? Ugh. Catholic schools are going to be the death. The hourly prayer, the lectures on faith. It's all such a colossal waste of time that I'm almost physically pained every time we have a recitation.
The Mass is the highest form of prayer, Nicola. It's through the Eucharist that we can honor and praise God.
God, Agnes, I believe in many things. I believe in the elliptical motion of the Earth. I believe in the forces that bind together subatomic particles. I believe in evolution, gravitation, and cosmic expansion. But I do not believe in some mythical, all-powerful
Mythical being? God isn't just
Agnes, I hate to break it to you, but there's no such thing as a God. He's like Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy. Just another invention of the human mind to give reason to things we don't understand.
If you say there is no God, then how did we come to be?
Well, it depends on your definition of we. By we, you mean you and me, and we came from each of chromosomes.
we as in life in general, then we came from meteors, crashing to a prehistoric Earth. And just in case you're wondering, all the planets came from this little thing called the Big Bang, and that we're simply a megaparticle. Look, Agnes, long story short, science has an explanation for everything, so there really is no room for your God in the equation.
Nicola, how can you say that? There's always a room for God. The Lord is the center of everything, from the universe to our own lives. You should know by heart the wonderful story of creation. Don't you remember? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was a formless void, and darkness covered the face of the deep. But the wind from God swept over and...
Fine! Let's pretend for a moment that there is a God. God is supposed to be some omnipotent being that makes everything and causes everything, right? Doesn't that mean he makes and causes problems too? The world isn't all light in nature, Agnes. If God had 7 days to create everything good in the world, pray tell, how many days do you think it took him to come up with the bad?
Everything God makes is good and pure.
And who made the bad, Agnes? The devil? And who made that? Everything goes back to the...
Enough! Please stop this! Nicola, this is blasphemy!
This is the truth! If you believe in God, then you have to believe in this too. Logic dictates that one cannot exist without the other. There's both good and evil in this world, and if God created the world, then he is the source of both. He sees you, Agnes, all your problems, all your flaws, all your demons. He sees them and he lets them be. He watches your suffering from his palace in the heavens, showered with worship and praise and prayers, and he does absolutely nothing about
He
it.
is punishing me for my sins, Nicola. The sins that originated from the disobedience of Adam and Eve. He must pay the price for our
And
flaws.
what right does he have to do that? He created you, remember? He made you with imperfections, and now he's punishing you for them? How exactly does that make sense? He gave you the freedom to choose, and now he punishes you for the choices you had the freedom to make. He is an inconsistent, unstable being, riddled with contradictions and loopholes. Is that the kind of God you want to worship, Agnes? Is that worthy of being believed in?
You're corrupting your own self. You're tainting the sanctity of your soul in the name of God. Nicola, I beg of you, you must stop this madness. Lord, our Father in heaven, all the angels and saints, you humbly ask, did you forgive our wretched Hail Mary, full of grace, Lord?
Stop it, Agnes.
Blessed are you among
I'm not sinning, Agnes. I can't be blaspheming against your God because I can't go against something I don't even believe in. There's no need to pray for my soul because I don't have one. There's no spirit leading me and there are no angels guiding me. You don't exist, Agnes. You never did.
Nicola, you confuse me. I don't know what to say.
That's because your mind is stuck believing in something that doesn't make sense. It's not your fault. You're raised that way. Join me on the side of logic and reason, and I promise you won't be confused anymore. You'll see the world for what it is, and your mind will finally have clarity. No more wasting your time with pointless prayers, no more doubting his goodness. It's liberating, Agnes. Join me.
My faith will remain strong.
Fine, be that way. Tell me when you're ready to listen to reason.
Wait, Nicola, please don't go, please! Don't leave me, I'm sorry for upsetting you. Please don't go. This isn't right. What is this warmth that I feel inside my chest? The color, rising, burning in my cheeks. My hands tremble at the thought of running my fingers through her silken hair. Her grace, her wit, that youthful mind of hers, so filled with wonder and speculation. Her eyes that jeered you condescendingly, and that knowing smile when she's beaten you at an argument. It is her intellect that so enchants me, the phenomenon of her reason. Why can't you see that I'm willing to forsake myself for you? If you only knew, you would be so proud of these trivial thoughts that have plagued me every night. And the promise of looking upon your face pacifies all my fears and wantings. And yet you, too, are reason for my downfall. Mother Saint and the sisters, I've kept these stirrings to myself for so long, even the promise of perpetual forgiveness would never make me say the things I truly feel at confession. How am I supposed to ask for repentance for something even I do not regret? I am fully aware of my morality. I'm so sweet, and yet I hate myself for it. If these things happen
Is the path that I walk on the right one? I try so hard not to be swayed by the words of the devil, but why is this? Why is she so hard to resist? I've prayed day and night, seeking guidance, counsel, anything to get my mind off her, but just a mere human. Were we not intended by thy grace to be so helplessly defeated? Are we not sinners? Did we not originate from sin? This life that we lead, is it not meant to be vulnerable to damage and imperfection? This is all your fault! You created this! It was you who constructed this petty heart of mine to fall so hard and fast! It was you who made her come into my life! Nicola said, she said these things. There's always a reason. And that if you created good, who created bad? I don't understand. My feelings for her, for you, it's all too confusing. What have I done to deserve this? Am I not pious or pure? Am I not faithful to you? Tirelessly praying that I be enlightened, that I not stray from your path of righteousness. Have I not completely submitted myself to you? But you've abandoned me. You know I would never do you any wrong. And you come in here and you taunt me. And of course, it's you. It's you who knows all my flaws and my faults, but do you help me? Ask, and you shall receive, you said. You said, I'm here now, asking, begging you to wash away all this sin. I'm repulsed with myself, can't you see? I live this tired and depressing life trying to please you, but instead, it's you who causes this perpetual aching in my soul. Who's my refuge? Is it you who I religiously pray to each night, or is it her whose memory persists at the back of my mind and my poor yearning heart? Are you not light? Are you not the Savior, the one who eradicates the wretched darkness and brings light to our miserable lives? The guidance you promised light! In the creation, it was you who conceived the light of this world. I need you! There is no light! All I see is darkness. I call to you, my Lord, my redemption, but where are you when I need you the most? You've condemned me. You once ruled the center of my universe. You were my light. Instead, it was you who once drove away the darkness, but instead, it's you who imprisoned me in it. I see no light in you. I can see something much brighter. Light that won't deceive me, keep me hidden in the darkness. My light, my guide is her.
Virgil, I finally understand how violence has tainted their souls and sent them to this God-forsaken land called Mother Cruelidad's boarding school for girls.
Last time, the enlightenment is on the puny world. Now on when we must go, when the souls will be down.
Yes, Beatrice awaits. Lead the way.
Don't be too keen, boy. What lies ahead may be far more than blissfulness. People bearing eyes of wrath, worse than service.
Curse that filthy mongrel. How much further must we traverse before my sins consume me?
Go not violent, Dante. No fear is but an illusion. What is violence? Not injury. It's compassion.
Let us all stand for the dismissal of time.
Let us put ourselves in the holy presence.
In the name of the Father,
drink.
I pray the Lord.
My soul.
Cash. Giggle.
Or
Mea culpa.
Maxima culpa.
nevermore.